Hey guys, it's Kim D, Cool Vibes Talk Girl. Today on Cool Vibes Talk, we have a special guest coming up, a pioneer in the hip hop game. Can't wait for him to interview with us today. So stay tuned for the next show coming right up.
Cool vibes talk, cool vibes talk. I'm somebody's dad, I'm somebody's grandfather, I'm somebody's husband.
Of course, and congratulations on your nuptials. I love your wife, and I know that she doesn't rap anymore. A lot of the young kids today, it's all about, being rich. I'm not. That attitude, they're not promoting anything, I think, positive towards the youth. One thing about public energy.
Okay, you gotta talk in block letters to me,
A lot of the younger rappers that I hear, a lot of their music and their lyrics, it's not about nothing. I figured that being that a lot of the young people are so involved in politics today and getting involved with these
whoa,
school
whoa, whoa, whoa,
shootings.
whoa, you're killing me. What young people you talking about?
I'm noticing that a lot of the younger people are getting more involved in what's going on in politics today. With them marching and doing a lot of sit-ins, and especially after a lot of these school shootings. So my question to you is, how do we keep on empowering and mentoring our youth so they see more positivity and they walk that line as opposed to listening to some rapper about jewelries and big butts. We don't need to hear that anymore.
Well, I think the thing that sparked their curiosity about politics in the first place is the thing that they're listening to. You understand what I'm saying? What got them interested in politics in the first place?
Well, I think coming into the Obama era, that a lot of younger people voted for Obama and basically got him
Right.
into office. So that's what I'm speaking about, this uproar as far as the young people getting involved with politics and also wanting to do a lot of better things within the community.
I think I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of people that was really hot behind the Black Panther film.
Yes, that was like a
The
big
the
thing.
um the actresses and actors and the director and the producer are not going to stop what they're doing to go into the black community and start teaching people. They're just not going to do that. That's just unrealistic, right or wrong.
Right.
The people that was responsible for the vibration and the frequency and the positive stuff that we drew from the Obama administration for whatever it did for us, that sparked young people to begin this idea of being politicized. They are not going to come and educate black people about politics.
You're right
You
about
shouldn't
that.
put that on rappers, though.
No, you're right,
Like Muhammad
Professor
said, if
Griff.
you knew better, you would do better.
That's true.
Some silly ass rapper who's still pissing on the fucking toilet, he's still living with his mama. I'm not putting that on him.
You're right. You're right.
That's too much for him to bear. We asking too much for him.
That's true.
He's trying to get put on. He's trying to stay on.
Even with the Kendrick Lamars and the J. Coles that we have in today's rap world, they're doing more music towards saying what's going on within our communities than a lot of these other young rappers. So I at least want to at least give them the fact of the matter that at least they are saying something about it. That Kendrick Lamar is talking about police brutality. He's talking about the water being bad and everything else. But at least those two, as far as I know, talk about it. When you have these other guys, they only talk about their wealth. They only talk about white women and the stuff that we don't care about, especially in the black community. So having positive, I think, people who grab young people and young people listen to them, I think it's important for us to have more positive images, not from rappers, but in general, to empower our people and motivate our people within the black community. What do you think about that?
Name me 3 positive black images. And please don't say Denzel Washington or Tiger Woods.
Well, if I name you 3 people, they wouldn't be an
No, no,
entertainment.
no, 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 no. 3 Name me 3 black male positive
Enter-
images or role models that you think. No, it's all right.
entertainers,
It's all right, man. Don't. It's okay.
not entertainers, right?
Look how you stumbling over this question.
No,
You
I'm
know, you need
saying
to
because
stop.
I love a lot of the things that Minister Farrakhan is saying. I love a lot of the things that the belated Dick Gregory used to say. He even told us that the election was there wasn't going to be an election between
I'm
Hillary.
looking for one more name. Farrakhan, Dick Gregory. Who else?
Okay, I have Farrakhan, I have Dick Gregory, and Maxine Waters. I'll pick her.
Okay. Listen to me closely.
Okay.
All of which are in their 80s, right or wrong.
Well, yeah.
That's the first problem.
You're right. We have no young people.
Come on, sis. Come on.
I know. We need but we need more younger activists out here. That's the problem too.
I say let's stop looking for them and let's stop being them.
Well, that as well. That's why it's so important to empower our youth. It's so important to keep mentoring our youth, especially when we have a lot of our young black boys who are diagnosed as having ADHD, and then they're poisoned with this medicine and they're so hyper, and then they wonder why these kids are not doing well in school.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, you're 100% right.
The day they called me up, sir, your daughter is being suspended, blah, 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 blah. You have to make arrangements to come to the school. I said, thank God. Fuck y'all. Shit. Fuck out of here. Dude, listen. If I didn't expect my children coming up in my household
Right.
to kick and scream at that madness that they was forcing down their throat, I'd be a bad parent.
That's true.
How the hell you gonna put a foreign language down my throat and I don't kick and scream? How you gonna take my God away from me and give me a white one that looked like the same one that enslaved me and I not kick and scream? How you gonna take me from fruits and vegetables and shove pork and all this other kind of stuff down my throat? You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
More simpler than that. How you gonna take my black ass, ashy ass skin? I'm using shea butter. You gonna try to give me Jergens lotion? Come on now.
And
You
that's
see, in one breath you want children to be politicized, in the other breath we gonna feed them to the wolves.
true.
No, we can't participate in a psychopathology of everyday life, taking our children, putting them in the goddamn backseat of the car every morning after feeding them Captain Crunch and fucking Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes, and then take them to the school of our enemy and expect our enemy to educate our children? What fucking crazy ass parents are we that we would do that? You never see a goddamn squirrel taking his little squirrels to rabbit school. Right or wrong, dropping them off every morning. Teaching them how to be rabbits. Well-trained fucking rabbits. No.
I'm with you 100% on that, Professor Griff. Also, I wanted to get into Trump and his nonsense. Now that we have,
You wanted to get into what?
I wanted to get into Trump and his foolishness.
Oh, you talk about 45.
45. 45 is currently in the house, in the White House now. How do we keep finding power within ourselves? Because the government never did anything for the black community. We've always done for ourselves, and we've always had to look out for ourselves. How do we continue to empower our people and have job opportunities out there for our brothers and sisters, especially a lot of them that are coming out of prison, and they have no other opportunities available for them unless they make those opportunities for themselves. So what do we need to do as far as keeping our brothers and sisters educated and keeping them employed and having job opportunities for our people in our own community?
We have to build a infrastructure for our people. So when they come out of prison, when they come out of high school, we have someplace for them to go and something for them to do.
That's right.
Prison and high school is the same damn thing. It's like sometimes they learn more in prison. But
that's true.
Yeah, it's really up to us to do for our own people. They're not going to set up an infrastructure for us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like one of the first things we have to do is start looking for the answers within inside of ourselves.
Amen.
That starts in the home. if I'm always taught and trained to look for a God outside myself, to look for a solution outside the self, to look for a job outside the self instead of looking inwardly, then we're going to forever have this problem.
That's right.
First thing we need to do is stop looking at 45. You know why? Because I don't see the thing that's wrong with him. The same thing he's doing is the same thing that every other president have always done. Am I correct in saying that, or am I just?
Nah, you're
Yeah,
a hundred
maybe I'm wrong.
percent.
Can y'all help me out?
Nah, you 100% right. He ain't doing a damn thing for us,
So,
and neither did anybody else.
but the last three ain't did a damn thing for us, whether they were white or black.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay,
But other than that, how
so
can
it ain't whatever you see wrong with him. Times it by everything that you see wrong with these other people. Clinton, both of the Bushes, the black white dude Obama, who dropped more bombs on black people than any president I know.
that's so true. And also, it has a lot to do with us also keeping the family dynamic together, keeping the black family together. That's so important.
Okay.
I think it's better for our young boys and girls to have those role models very early on, from the time that they're born. They need both parents. And I think what's happening with us in the black community is the black family dynamic. It's diminishing. It's going away. It's not a lot of black families out here sticking together like before. Like when I was growing up, I grew up in Queens. Everybody in my neighborhood and most of the neighbors that lived in my neighborhood, everybody were working class people. Everybody worked, mother and father, or sometimes mom stayed home, dad worked. Whatever it was, there was two parents in the household taking care of the family. And I think we're missing that today. What do you say about that?
I say you were privileged.
Well,
You were
maybe I am
seriously
one of the
privileged.
few that were privileged to have mom and dad in the household.
Yeah.
But today, it's like we're breaking away from that. Like
No,
grandmas.
we're not breaking what? Yeah, we're not breaking away from it. It's that was the assault on the black community. It was attacking the black family.
Right.
That was done by design.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that,
And,
Professor
and
Griff.
even when you did have both parents in the home, some the children of those of that happy family still got into the same trouble as the other one got into.
Right. Right. But I think what a lot of us parents, we put so much emphasis on making sure that our children get the best education and go to the best schools. And sometimes a lot of times those Ivy League schools, they're not doing anything for our young people at all. But
There's no such thing as the best schools. Any of your enemy schools cannot educate us so we can be the best. No oppressor, no kidnapper is going to educate. No slave owner, slave trader, slave master going to educate the slaves to be powerful enough to rule themselves.
mhm,
It's just not going to happen, sis.
that's true.
It's not going to happen. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're talking about just assimilating into the society where we get along, and maybe one or two of us have a nice car and a nice house and some education, then cool. But if you talk about 30 to 60 million of us, white people are not going to do that. They're just not going to do that.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. It's up to us to educate ourselves.
If you looked at if you looked at your favorite hip hop group, three of them, and you got $1 million to spare, right? Which individual in any of them groups would you give the $1 million to in order to start educational program, after school program, or whatever program you need for your children in your community? Who would you give that $1 million to?
I don't think I would give it to any of them. I would. I think I would try and start up whatever program I can within my community, and hopefully that I get a lot of the community people involved, as opposed to going to an entertainer.
So you know why I ask that? Because a lot of times I come behind these same dudes, the 3 Chains and the 30 Cents and the rest of these characters, and they say, "Oh yeah, we invited him to come in, and for what?"
Right.
I've been doing this all this time. This is a true story. One school in North Carolina asked me what my price was, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said 5 stacks. Get me there, put me up, honorarium 5,000. One of these young dudes coming up, right? $21,000 just for an appearance.
Wow.
Griff never made it to that one.
That's crazy.
So we'd rather be entertained
Right.
with the Black Student Alliance or the Black Student Union or the Black so-and-so club or the whatever.
That's
No,
true.
I'm not here to entertain you. If you want me to entertain, pay me to do a few songs. A couple of MCs with me and a DJ. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then we can go from there. But come on.
Now, question for you. What advice can you give to a lot of these young artists today who may not know about these 360 deals and these labels basically owning everything that the artist has? They're basically signing their life away. You've been in this business for over 30 years. You know the ins and out of the industry. What kind of advice can you give to a lot of the young folks as far as them signing deals and doing their own thing?
Get educated about the business. That was my first book. Atlanta Music Biz, RIP, Resource Information Publication. I used to keep it in my back pocket. I designed the book, the shape of it to fit in your back. Remember we used to wear the baggy jeans?
Yep. Yep. I remember those
It used to,
days.
the book used to fit in the back pocket.
I remember
And all the
those
brothers I
days.
used to run into that was asking me to listen to their demo, I said, nah, read this first. And then we can talk.
Right.
I made the book affordable to them so we have to educate them about the music industry. You can't
Exactly.
ask them to do their own label and do their own publishing and if they don't know anything about the business.
Professor Griff, where is the books available that we can order and get those books? Are they on
Well,
Amazon?
you can't order that book anymore because the music industry has changed. We went from an analog paradigm to a digital one. Paradigm, as far as the music industry is concerned,
Mm-hmm.
has changed.
Right, with the streaming.
Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
So that information in that book that I put out 15, 20 years ago is outdated. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, you're right.
No one's selling CDs anymore.
I know.
Oh, I forgot. The super dude who really can't pay his rent, he can pay his phone bill, selling his mixtape out of the trunk of his car in front of the strip club at 3:30 in the morning when it lets out. He's the only one I know selling CDs.
CDs. That's true. They want to get their song played on the radio.
There are so many outlets now that people that teach this stuff. But the sad part about it, the same people, this guy called me the other day talking about how much I helped him in his life. He ran through millions of dollars. He used to go to the strip club and spend 10 stacks. And then now he's calling me. I said, well, why didn't you call me when you had the money?
Right. That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Then we could have set up the classes so we could educate some people, man. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what I can do for you, bro.
But I think it's great that you can educate because people don't realize that you're from Roosevelt, Long Island. You grew up in the hood. You went from Roosevelt, Long Island to opening up for the Beastie Boys over 25 years ago. Like, how did all of this happen, dude? And like, how did you guys handle that at that time?
That wasn't no super privilege. Fuck about them white boys. Shit.
No, I'm not saying a privilege as far as you opening up for the Beastie Boys. I'm just saying the phenomenon of the public enemy group.
I looked at that as we going to get our music back from these culture vultures, the one that stole the music in the first damn place.
Right.
If I could have ran up on Elvis, I would have pimp slapped his ass. Fuck about
For
them
real,
people.
because you know he didn't care nothing about black folks.
Yes, he did. He cared enough to steal our music.
Well, of course, that. They all stole our music. That's a fact.
Yeah, but there's all kind of talent in the black neighborhood.
Of course.
We just need an input. We need an outlet. I mean, there's MCs on every block,
This
every
is
block,
true.
every street that black people live on.
This is true.
Come to my family reunion. There's at least 5 MCs.
Hmm. Wow. Because there's so many artists out here today that's putting their music out on social media. So now at least artists today, which you guys didn't have 30 years ago. You guys didn't have social media to promote anything. Where a lot of artists today, they're becoming overnight successes on social media.
No, it depends on how you define success.
That's true too.
6'3", 6'8", I forgot how tall he is. 6'9", that's not a success story to me.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
So when you say success, what do you mean? Because
I mean, as
what,
far
what, what do
as
you mean
them,
success? I'm not understanding that.
well, when I mean success, I mean as far as
Wait,
them.
wait, wait, wait. If I did, I don't know, 1 million downloads of the Super Soap Me song by the Super Dude. What's his name? Uh, Soldier Boy.
Oh, okay.
That's success to you?
No, but what I'm saying is that
Trinidad James.
I don't.
Gold all in my rain. Gold all in my bro. Is that success to you?
No, not to me.
Okay, so we have to be able to redefine some of these things so we don't mislead young people into thinking
That's
once you get to that
successful.
point you're successful.
That's true.
Because pussy and dope sell more than that shit. So in that case, I know a whole lot of successful people.
That's so true, Professor Griff. You're right about that. So I do need to be more clear about what successful is in today's with today's
Yeah,
artists.
because we sending the wrong message to young people.
Thinking that, yeah, that's true. Because we're so used to seeing the same
It was
old
an
type of
interesting,
stuff.
huh?
I said because we're so used to seeing the same thing over and over again with these
Okay, then
artists.
let's not talk about the same thing then. Dame Dash was on the Breakfast Club and he told the bald head dude, what's his name, Charlemagne the God.
Charlemagne the God, yeah.
He said, is this your company? You own this? He's like, no. He said, so somebody else signs your check then, right?
Right.
But you consider this success. He
That's
said, man, they can pull the strings and shuffle some paper around, work around, and you gone. Right or wrong.
that's true. That's
But
true.
some people may look at Charlemagne the God as being successful. Dame Dash don't look at Charlemagne the God as being successful.
That's true because Dame Dash was the one that owned all of Jay-Z's music, correct? At one point.
No, it's not true.
Oh, it's not true?
No.
To get into you real quickly about this Illuminati umbrella that everyone's talking about and how it affects the entertainment business with the rituals and the secret society rituals and the homosexual rituals, which I know you lay that out perfectly for us in a couple of your books that you have out. I just wanted to know how does that pertain to Tupac and how Tupac died?
I think, but because those same things that was going on in the music industry um, affected Tupac, either up close and personal or from a far distance. Tupac wasn't immune to it.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, the intricacies of that we could probably go into later on. But yeah, he wasn't immune to it. Tupac, they probably sent some chicks Tupac's way like they sent them my way. These people are ruthless, man.
I know they
No
are.
pun intended, Easy E, but I'm saying, you understand? These people, they're ruthless.
Now, do you really
Now,
think?
whether Tupac passed the test, I don't know.
Do you really think that Easy E died from AIDS?
Yeah,
Because he looked very
whether he
sick.
got it from how he got it is another question.
That's the question. Now, also with these Illuminati rituals and the society rituals. Now, I know that you quote in one of your books that the Illuminati is made up of 13 families. Is that correct?
That's correct. 13 bloodlines.
Now, you can only if you only have those bloodlines are you considered part of the Illuminati, not Jay-Z and Beyonce and Kanye, like people think.
First of all, if you black, you're not in that bloodline. That's
Exactly.
number one.
Right. That's what I wanted to put out there because people are under the impression that Beyonce and Jay-Z and Kanye are part of this so-called Illuminati, and they're not.
No, they're being used by those forces that are manipulated and controlled by the Illuminati.
Illuminati, correct. And I just want to clear up too that the Illuminati they own all the banking, they own everything, correct? Entertainment, they basically run the show.
Yeah.
So those 13 families are the ones that run everything in government, in politics, in entertainment, in banking, in all the big businesses. They're basically controlling everything.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what we want to get straight, because there's a lot of people that think the Illuminati consists of entertainers, and that's so false. They have nothing to do with it. If anything, they're probably part of the rituals, correct?
The entertainers, you mean?
Yeah, like the entertainers would be part of some of those homosexual rituals or those society
I
rituals
think I
that
think
they
what you're
have.
saying is it's kind of misleading what you're saying. It's
Okay,
not,
well, you
no.
can clarify it. That's why I'm asking you, because we always hear about these
Entertainers
rituals.
entertain.
Right.
They don't run big business, governments. They don't. So, yeah.
Well, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of them have
Jay
been a.
Z, Jay Z don't run nothing but his mouth. He don't run and control anything. If you look at some of these flow charts from some of these major companies like Vivendi, Jay Z's name, you need a magnifying glass to find Jay Z and Beyonce's name.
No, but I was just trying to identify them as far as being part of some of these rituals that the Illuminati, I guess, have.
Yeah.
So they're not even a part of that. So you don't think any of our entertainers have anything to do with any of these rituals that are supposed?
I think they have a lot to do with it, yeah.
Oh, okay. So Rihanna and Beyonce, for instance, they were saying like they were doing rituals on stage. Is that?
Do I think they're aware that they're doing rituals? I don't think they're aware of it, no.
Oh, okay. That's what I was trying to get at, because people were trying to say like they were doing this stuff on stage and they were aware of it.
No. They probably think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's trendy.
Right, it's trendy.
No. What? I saw Rihanna in a t-shirt with an upside down cross on it.
Wow.
I don't think she knows what that is. I don't know.
I just wanted to ask you one last question. I know we're taking up a lot of your time. I always tell my people, if you don't draw from your history, how are you winning? We need to know where we came from in order to know where we're going. And I think too many times we don't want to think about the past in order to move forward in our future. What do you think about that?
I don't know where that kind of question came from. We don't. In order for
I'm saying, like, in order for you,
in order for any people to even be in the present, you have to know and understand and pull from your past.
That's what I'm trying to say, because I say that all the time. You have to draw from your history in order to know where you're going. And I don't think a lot of us is doing that.
Hold on. Because with the way you're wording, you're really confusing me. You go to the lawyer, they'll say, well, what are you being charged with? And they'll go through case study and go through case history to see how the lawyer handled that case before. You understand what I'm saying? Thus having to do history. If you go to the doctor and you tell the doctor there's something wrong, the doctor basically will have to go and do a case study and do history on how they solved that issue before. Right?
Yes. But that's why I'm saying it's so important for us to draw on that history, because it seems like a lot of us.
Yeah, we have to know history.
Yeah, we have to
All
draw
right.
on it.
I have to get ready to go.
Okay.
I really appreciate y'all.
I
and the
appreciate
intricate
you
questions.
too. Huh?
I said I have to get ready to go. I really appreciate y'all and the intricate questions.
Thank you. And thank you so much for doing the show today. I appreciate you so much.
All right. Take care, all right?
All right. Thanks, Professor Griff.
All right. Peace.
All right. Take care.